from any of these centuries come through, then it must be true. Well, let's debate that. There's something called sensory illusion. Okay? Where it contradicts that very thing that you think, oh, because if I'm looking at it, it must be true, right? I don't know. Is it? I was right there. What'd you see? Did you know that you can put your hand in something cold and it will burn you? You'll feel like that your hand is on fire. But it's cold. So who's lying here? What's the real reality? Sensory illusion. Is that one train track? How far are you standing back from that thing? Because I guarantee you, if you get a little bit closer, you can see these train tracks are not even touching. How about that part? Sensory illusion. Okay? I apologize for anything that's going on in the background. This guy's cutting his grass or whatever he's doing. But what I really think is that the universe does not want me to educate you guys today. And that's what I really think. Let us move on. So we dealt with sensory illusion. Let's talk about mental illusion. Things that we drum up in our own mind. Oh my gosh. The things that we drum up in our own mind. Balance, people. Why do you think I ask you to breathe all the time? I ask you to breathe and meditate. This is necessary. Because you're gonna give yourself a chemical imbalance. Your serotonin levels are gonna be off balance. Because you are not practicing polarity. I don't put the videos up to seem smarter than anyone. At this point, that's not what I'm doing. I'm over 40 years old. I don't need to do that. At this point, I am in a stage where I feel like I am being set up to really teach the people. So if you see me put something up, if you follow my page, I'm dead serious. I'm not here for ratings. Okay, and last week I put up a video about polarity and the law of polarity. If you have not seen it, I left it up there. Please check it out. So you can't call me every day and you want to talk about what you've seen on the news. Because you'll see why in a second as I teach you why these things are no good. Okay? Because you start to give yourself a mental illusion. Example, you're coming home late at night. A woman may be coming home late at night and it's a crazy neighborhood. Because she knows that it's nighttime, she knows that more crimes they are committed at night, and she knows that she doesn't live in the safest of neighborhoods. All of this knowledge plays a part in her perception of things. So now there's a bush that the wind may blow down the block, but she sees it as a person. Oh no! Somebody's behind that bush. There's nobody behind that bush. Okay, these are mental illusions. Let us move on. Human consciousness. What is human consciousness made up of? Well, I guess we would have to start at consciousness, right? What is your consciousness? Is it your brain? Is it your mind? What is consciousness? The fact that you are aware. That's what they're going to tell you in the definition of a book. Awareness. Well, I guess it would be a lot of those things. It's not your brain, though. That is not. So we did discuss right before this coronavirus broke out. And again, I apologize if this guy's like cutting a tree down next door. It's nuts. But we did discuss right before the coronavirus broke out, and I gave a video about that. It was a lot of joking around. Oh, this doesn't affect black people. Why doesn't nobody in Africa have it? That one African person has got it, and we're joking around, and we're doing this, and we're doing challenges, and no one's going inside, and no one wants a social distance. They're throwing parties, and a lot of joking with the memes. And what did I say? I said, keep the same energy. I'll be watching. That's what I said. And here it is 2 to 3 weeks later. I can't even count the deaths. And to find out that many of those deaths are people of melanated skin. People, close ones, okay? Friends, associates, relatives. These people have moved on to another realm from here. And it was all jokes. Why? Because you didn't have all the information. So what we want to start to do is a couple of things. But we want to start moving wiser. We have to learn from our lessons. We're not going to let that happen again. From now on, we're going to take the information and we're going to at least sit on it before we react. Don't let your ego get too far ahead of itself. You have nothing to prove. Okay. So, we were talking about consciousness and what really makes up the consciousness. The mind, your brain is not your consciousness. Your brain is a physical representation of you here on this earth. It's part of the physical representation. It's not the only part. You got the rest of your body. This is your temple. Okay? So, in order for us to move around down here on earth, we were given this suit. And the mind, because the mind is not even thought, okay? Stick with me. The mind, which is not physical, when it needs to be expressed through a physical vessel, first place that is connected to is your brain. Okay? That, and then from your brain, you're going to speak things. When you want to come to some type of logical reasoning, you're going to use your eyes, you're going to use your ears, you're going to use all your senses. And then your brain is going to start to interpret these things. But thought is only part of consciousness.